The Eastern Window by Edmund Gill Swain. It may well be that Vermauden and the Dutchman who drained the fens did good, and that it was interred with their bones. It is quite certain that they did evil, and that it lives after them. The rivers, which these men robbed of their water, have at length silted up, and the drainage of one tract of country is proving to have been achieved by the undraining of another. Places like Stoneground, which lie on the banks of these defrauded rivers, are now become helpless victims of Dutch engineering. The water, which had lost its natural outlet, invades their lands. The thrifty cottager, who once had the river at the bottom of his garden, has his garden more often in these days at the bottom of the river, and a summer flood not infrequently destroys the whole produce of his ground. Such a flood during the early years of the 20th century had been unusually disastrous to Stoneground, and Mr. Batchel, who as a gardener was well able to estimate the losses of his poorer neighbours, was taking some steps towards repairing them. Money, however, is never at rest in Stoneground, and it turned out upon this occasion that the funds placed at his command were wholly inadequate to the charitable purpose assigned to them. It seemed as if those who had lost a rood of potatoes could be compensated for no more than a yard. It was at this time, when he was oppressed in mind by the failure of his charitable enterprise, that Mr. Batchel met with the happy adventure in which the eastern window of the church played so singular a part. The narrative should be prefaced by a brief description of the window in question. It is a large painted window, of a somewhat unfortunate period of execution. The drawing and colouring leave everything to be desired. The scheme of the window, however, is based upon a wholesome tradition. The 5 large lights in the lower part are assigned to 5 scenes in the life of our Lord, and the second of those, counting from the north, contains a bold erect figure of St. John the Baptist, to whom the church is dedicated. It is this figure alone, of all those contained in the window, that is concerned in what we have to relate. It has already been mentioned that Mr. Batchel had some knowledge of music. He took an interest in the choir, from whose practices he was seldom absent, and was quite competent, in the occasional absence of the choirmaster, to act as his deputy. It is customary at Stoneground for the choirmaster, in order to save the sexton a journey, to extinguish the lights after a choir practice, and to lock up the church. These duties accordingly were performed by Mr. Batchel when the need arose. It will be of use to the reader to have the procedure in detail.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?